So, good day, guys. By the way, my name is Iron Ray D. Magno, and I am a senior accountancy student, and I'm your reporter for today. So, my topic for today is all stat, um, about static pleasure. So, static is a branch of philosophy that explores the nature and appreciation of beauty and taste. So it means that static is the way and how you value such things. And just like, for example, your environment, or even your nature, or anything that surrounds you. It depends on you and how you value them or appreciate them. So next is according to Maffesoli 1991, the accent is placed less in the artistic object as such than in the process that leads one to admire the object. So the emphasis of admiring an artworks placed less on the artistic object itself than the procedure that makes someone admire the object. So next is sensate of aesthetic pleasure. The sphere of sensation that was amenable to aesthetics was somehow above and beyond actual sensation, and it is committed to the process and the reason. And a good statistician could not be personally and intuitively moved by a beautiful object or person. Any pleasure taken must be pleasure in the beautiful form. For example, rather than an actual body, something that leaves the pleasure of erotic imagery rather than undergrounded. So next, we have a point out and an uncomfortable relation between aesthetics analysis and the experience of art. The effort is suggest that the very reason for the considering artwork is worthy for discussion is called quasi-theology for its identity. So the theological imperative is also linked with side of aesthetics. So we have here the Sublime by Immanuel Kant. It's all about the observe of beauty. So the sublime is to be found in an object, even devoid of form, so far as it immediately involves, or else by its presence provoke, a representation of limitless, yet with a superadded thought of its totality. And terrifies rather than delights. So it is a negative pleasure because you delight such thing which you choose to be terrified. So it is negative pleasure. So the continuation of the Sublime by Immanuel Kant is can be experienced on looking at a raging storm or crashing seas. Sublime is not in nature. Rather, nature can invoke the sublime by drawing the viewer to reflect on what is exclusively cultural. So we have a note here. For the sublime, the strict sense of the word is cannot be contained in a sensuous form, but rather concerns the ideas of reason, which, although no adequate presentation of them is passable, may be excited and called into by mind by that very inadequacy itself, which so continuation of the Sublime by Immanuel Kant is the raging storm is not the sublime, but because it is formless and limitless, it takes us to the sublime, evokes our terrors and demands that we think about human cultural concepts, that we apply reasons to that situation. So the agony of sublime gives the viewer a discernible pleasure. So it means the pleasure in the exercise of reason that relieves the pain brought about by the terror of the sublime. That will be all. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.